Episode 29. Why did I. That was. Hong Kong Fooey. Number one super guy. Don't know why that was the song that became, but anywho, you're out of a portal. Nothing went bad.
Everything went bad.
Yet.
Via is behaving oddly fucking sketch after, despite being like, fucking concentrated and full of confidence and determined, and we're gonna do this thing, and then gets through the portal and suddenly it's just a jittery mess.
Yeah, on for reference, not even though it's obvious. Since it was on the map, I'm using your human form token just to differentiate.
Real quick, Andrew, are you recording your own voice?
I wasn't, but I am. I instantly noticed that I wasn't. But good job, because if I hadn't noticed, then I wouldn't have been.
Nice.
Oh, I'm on the spell. Let's just quickly change that one.
Yeah, just this. Yeah, stream overlay all good now.
Yeah, you asked for assets specifically for this border. Put them on yet.
Upload. All right.
Yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to do it. Anyway. So yeah, the last thing I think it was Lumen and or Newt both noticed Via like initially wasn't following. It is not okay, and as I said, is a bit of a jumpy mess right now. Other than that, as we discussed outside of game, we initially were thinking it's best for Lumen to go in first, hence why Via's giving you that scroll to get the hell out if needs be, if things go wrong real quick. But you have other thoughts? Question mark.
Yeah, Lumen's just like, well, we've all gone through the portal now, and nothing horrible's happened. We
Is
could
the
just
portal
try it
closed or
altogether.
still open currently?
Nothing. Nothing horrible's happened. Via is just like glancing at the sky as if she's scared of something.
Mereditha will point at Via and say, "Don't trust," and jump backwards through the portal.
Which one?
Try and get back to where we were from.
You could go through it. Splits the party, but you could jump through it. It's still there.
Yeah, I'm like, don't trust her.
Which one? The new one or me?
You.
Why?
Evil.
Evil? Why evil?
Feelings evil. Coming for us.
Like,
No,
Leg it.
friend, right? They're a friend, not evil.
I've started running away. Fuck this.
Like if you jump back through the portal, I just asked the rest, like, should I go with them?
No, oh god, no! The last time you two were alone together, you started open heart surgerying them.
And it was successful. Nothing happened.
Mhm.
You were the one who disrupted it.
I'm aware that I made a bad, but to be fair, the surgery shouldn't have been occurring in the first place.
That is up to the person who requested it and the person who was doing it.
Yeah,
well,
but I feel
guys,
like you should make decisions when you're like not having a massive crisis about your entire life.
But
You know?
yeah, but that brings me back to the question: should they be alone right now?
speaking of crises,
What?
I
Yeah,
think
everyone?
he might be thinking that because of the abilities granted by his faith.
Why? Are you a demon all of a sudden or something?
Like again, you guys noticed Via was using thaumaturgy for a second. She's like, I was hoping for we have a plan to enact. I was hoping this wouldn't be a distraction for anybody, but Meredith has already buggered off. Uh,
Wow. Albeit,
I mean, if
you
you don't feel
you're
comfortable,
aware that I tried to use my father's pages last night?
yeah,
Oh,
I was successful,
nice,
and I got through to nothing.
concerning.
And you know that feeling when like you're being watched?
Uh,
I got that. And throughout all of last night, I had the most terrible nightmares. Some of them still, granted, usual nightmares just disappear in your memory, but flashes of these ones are maintaining. I can't help but feel like they might have been either portentous or a message, as some casters can enter the dreams of others. And
yeah,
when we went through that portal, that like she starts like struggling to pass out her words, and she just like that. She like makes grabby hands at your bag, Lumen, like to give.
hands bag.
Rummages through,
Lumen is a good boy.
and rummages through, pulls out the little like wrap, undoes the wrap, and her eye, an
It's
eye
just-
that wasn't in there is there.
Oh, how do I get in there?
And then the thaumaturgy fades as one of her eyes goes from the usual black and glittering violet to a sickly white and yellow, and you recognize it. She's like,
Oh,
he put me in a time stop.
put you in a
Right.
timeout.
He told me
I or
that
die?
he told me that everybody was going to if I didn't do this. He told me that the things that have separated these crystal spheres that are preventing the travel were what I got the attention of, and they were going to wipe everything out. They were going
You
to wipe
made-
away this. They were going to destroy this piece of the Feywild. All of the people that we saved in Cannibal Town, everyone who we saved in Phandelver, all of it gone.
You made the right choice.
could have
Shit.
been a major bluff as well.
It
I
could
know
have,
that's the worst part.
but
But what
We
was
can't-
what else was I supposed to do?
yeah, to be fair, we can't take the risk of like an entire reality collapsing versus this. So I think you made
No,
the right
that-
choice.
No, that fucking lich has us under his thumb.
Yep, but we're just
Well,
we're
used
just
as
gonna
technically.
we're just
And
gonna
I
have to
can't
roll with
I
it.
can't take this out or I'll die.
I'm okay. We'll work on that. Just stay centered. We've got a
That's what I'm
couple of new
trying to do,
problems
like,
to add to the list. Right.
As she said, speaking of crisis, she looks like she's having one, but I promised you I'd be better. I promised you I'd be brave and strong, and I'd be here with you when we went through this with this plan. So I'm doing the best I can. She's like taking really deep breaths, trying to like calm herself, but just like fuck.
Takes out list from bag, adds new things on the list. Okay, cool.
I'll be holding on to this. Holds on to her own eye.
Just
Is it weird that growing it back is the least of my worries?
I guess. Yeah. Just tell me if you need to talk or you need like a hug or anything.
Oh, it would be nice right now.
Hugs.
So
Big ol' hug.
You should
About-
probably go and get Meredith there because obviously I'm not evil,
Okay.
which is strange. you
I'll-
jump back through
if-
the gate.
If what
Yeah.
I because like you know back when we did the history check too, when we saw evil Felix with all of the items, or sorry, not all of the items, saw him with the eye, and we rolled history, and Via got like a 26, and then realized we can't say the guy's name. But
Yes.
evidently Via must have read something, so she must have been like, usually this corrupts the person who wields it. But I'm not feeling that.
That's a
This-
positive note.
Either
Would you
that,
feel it?
or the lich is just messing with me.
Always a silver lining.
Always more questions.
Let's go acquire our friend and reassure him that everything is okay. So steps back through portal.
And goes to get Murdertha.
Murdertha,
I'm not evil.
Verita
don't-
set up like a whole anti-evil display on the other side.
they made a deal so that reality didn't end. But
Actually, question, Murdertha.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any holy water on you?
No, but I could make some. But also, I need to keep away from you. I have something that can't get close to you.
how far away do you
It's
need
probably a
to
good
to
idea if we
stay
know what that
apart?
is.
The evil book wants to get close to you because you have the evil eye. If you have both, you will become problems.
Okay.
Good book says not to let you near it.
No, I agree. I agree with the good book.
Oh,
I
okay.
think we have to. I think I have to stay away from you until
Yeah.
we sort this.
You should stay 6 feet apart at all times.
Okay.
I think I need to stay a bit further than that.
7 feet.
Stay
It'll be about 10.
10 feet apart at all times.
I'm just gonna stay here. You go sort the thing and come back, and we'll because I don't feel like I'm necessary to this situation, and we can work this out once I've figured out how far I need to be from you by asking the good book.
Sure, you research that. We'll get on with this.
I feel that I don't want him to end. I don't want Via to end the universe by accident.
Yeah, that is a good call. Okay, we'll leave you to do this.
Just saved it by maiming myself.
Yeah, but you could now end it in a more evil manner.
I'm not going to.
And I know nothing here is real, but still, I think we're real, and I don't want to die. Well, actually, I kind of do, but not right now.
I love the I think we're real.
I think we're real. Allegedly.
I can't disprove whether or not I'm real because I'm experiencing through my perspective. I'm sorry.
It's true. You think, therefore you are.
But how do I know that my thinking isn't just a simulation?
Because you think that.
Yes, but what if the simulation's that sophisticated?
Then it's indistinguishable from reality, and perception is reality, so it is reality.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and read the book and see if the book will tell me what I need to do to stop Via from becoming the evil emperor guy that she that used to own this stuff.
Good, because I want to know that too.
Come on, good book.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So when everyone TPKs, Murdertha can pick up a new party.
We'll
Or
go-
Murdertha is at the point where the Murdertha suicide timer hits 0.
Yeah, I think if everyone is dead, I will just kill myself and move on with that.
Aww.
Let's go.
Whole new party in a whole nother universe. Go.
Yeah.
I stay as well.
I don't know, man. Do you want
Should
to?
you stay or should you go now?
I mean,
Okay. Even though
it could
he's-
be really
If you
handy
go, there
for
will
you.
be trouble.
I mean,
If you stay, it will be double.
Not gonna lie, you have a bunch of abilities which would be really good to have in an encounter.
Yeah,
Especially a hard one that
It's fine,
we
I've got
are
Eve with me,
probably
right?
gonna go
Yeah,
and do.
even Felix will stay behind with you.
I'm just on the
Hey,
flash
Eve?
of genius would be good for charisma rolls, which I'm bad at.
Don't let him take his heart out with me present.
Does a weird salute.
Well, good boy.
So we've got Felix, Eve, and Murdertha staying in Phandelver.
Yeah,
Oh God! If we all
yeah.
die and then Murdertha commits suicide, it's just Felix is stuck with Eve.
I'm just handing each of them a book and being like, protect these with your lives.
That is a good point. It'll be really hard to find new protagonists to the story if we get TPK'd because of the Chardlan
Yeah.
shards.
Felix tells Robonyan the order of Murdertha is not allowed to die.
But yeah.
It takes that to heart.
But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and try and work out if the books if the good book can give me any information on what I need to do to stop problems.
Steps through Paul.
Steps through Portal Via is going to put borrowed knowledge on persuasion.
Waves you all goodbye.
I wave you
Like-
goodbye as well. I'll see you soon. See you later, alligator.
See you soon, dimensional cowboy.
Hell yeah!
Persuasion.
I'm gonna mosey on out of here.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
Graham,
put borrowed knowledge on persuasion, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Graham, I will put some thought into your alone time. Well, not alone, but
That's fine. It's basically alone time. Felix isn't a
What?
real person.
What the good book
oh,
gives him.
Felix is a mascot. Let's be honest.
Felix is
How
the most
dare
person of us
you.
all.
Oh no, like Felix is a person, but not really a person.
He's the self-insert of the author.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, that makes sense why you hate him. So, you find yourselves once again in front of the, once again, closed gate.
Open gate.
Yeah?
Starts walking through, just
in.
ignoring the other VIAs.
Yeah.
What does other VIA, i.e., this universe's one, think of all of the bullshit that we've just talked about?
Be more specific in, like, what do you mean?
As in, we're talking about changing the plan and stuff like that, as well as, okay, now the Lich, as well as the things that are we still just calling them the Mind Flare God? Is that still what we're just calling
Yeah.
that?
We don't know their names, so they are just the Mind Flare God.
But they are like the only thing that we can think is responsible for all of the universes getting like passed off.
No, that's probably Steve too.
That's probably the Lich.
I mean, it's probably both of them, but it's probably it's at least compounded by Steve too. But I suspect both have a hand in it.
Regardless, that they were initially coming afterward, and now in head, allegedly that's not happening anymore. Has she had like any response to any of this new information, or is this like normal?
Like,
Actually, thinking on it.
she's just
Big-
like being really like unhappy with you doing this, but you specifically did notice. She didn't say anything, but did notice, almost like a mix of annoyance and disappointment when it was revealed that you had the eye. You think, like, based on the fact that she was working with the guy before, it's like, what the fuck? Why didn't you help me instead?
Or as in, why didn't he, the Lich, give her the eye?
Yeah. She looks bitter.
Look, I know you don't want us like two other VIA. I know you don't want us to do this, but we need to get this fear brand off my friend. We're gonna try and get you out of here as well. Best case scenario, maybe Dad comes around and gives us a bit of information about all this Chardling crap. Otherwise, we're just gonna try and get you out as well, so you don't have to run. But also, you seem to be twisting at this. Is it bothering you the same way as it did Meredith?
No, just... I mean,
Jealousy. I think it's more than anything. She wishes she was offered the power, right?
so she could escape.
Yeah.
This isn't an escape. He made me mutilate myself so that the rest of the universe wouldn't get popped. I didn't want this. The only reason that he forced it on me is because I had the gall to try and cast a spell that was beyond my skill level. It was an idiotic mistake. Every single decision I make just seems to frig things up more for us. I'm trying my best to fix this terrible situation.
No, Via,
This is a
you're-
punishment, not a gift. He didn't give me power. I'm surprised he hasn't turned me into his puppet already. Evidently, he finds it more amusing for me to be in charge of my own faculties.
Via, your decisions have helped us a lot. Can't blame yourself for every potential bad thing that's happened just because of your occasional oversight or misstep. You've definitely helped us far more than you've hindered us. You're a valued friend. And you're the only reason this universe is still standing. So, you're good in my books.
Thank you. But yes, it's not a gift. It's not a boon.
It
It's
is the price paid.
It's probably a good way of putting it. Allegedly, according to the lich, this is like a cloak. It stops whatever was. It is supposed to stop whatever was coming after me from finding us. Whether that's true or not is yet to be seen. Time will tell.
But yeah. Time to go confront Dad.
So trust me, this isn't great.
Can everyone, as you're like heading in, make me a perception?
Perceptione. Bop. Ugh,
Wow.
that's bad.
This is a really
Evidently, thank you, Lumen. Evidently,
Oh,
VA is having too much
VA.
of a fucking crisis.
yeah.
I'm being helped by my.
We're all being helped by our familiars, yes.
Note to self: summon
Get
my own
familiar.
familiar. I haven't done it yet.
The tiny babies are the strongest.
Okay, so
I have found familiar. I just haven't cast it yet because I didn't want to spend 10 gold.
Andrew, where's my summon shovel spell?
you need to find it. Anywho, Lumen and Newt, you almost immediately notice as you're like advancing into the garden, there are significantly fewer of the doubles than there were last time.
Yeah, I noticed you delete some.
Yeah. But in character, you have noticed.
I mean, it makes sense that VA wouldn't notice she's trying to zone them out.
Are there just less of them, or are there corpses?
You can't see corpses. There just
I mean, God
seems to be
turned them
less.
to ash, so it wouldn't
I-
leave corpses. Sorry, I mean not God, Andrew, who's like super God.
What?
I was going to say that Father kept eating them,
That's sad.
which would mean no bodies.
Let's go confront dear old Dad and hopefully put an
Technically
end
wouldn't be
to
there.
the murder.
Like I said, worst case scenario, we should at least try to get that fear brand off you.
Yeah,
Best
I mean,
case scenario, he comes around and gives us a bit of information about the Chardlin, or at least accepts a piece of the necrotic chunk that we have to study it a bit.
yeah, I mean, technically, just delivering her fulfills the fair bargain. So
That is true.
as soon as I get her through these doors and
ignore that
in
I'm
front of the
moving the back.
guy, it
So,
should be all good.
While we're walking, like, is it normal for you guys to have weird relationships with your dads?
All three
No.
of my dads have a great relationship with me.
You
And
have
my
three,
parent-
that is already unusual.
And I have
It
a great
is?
I think
and I have a great relationship with my parents back home, that is. But in this universe, evidently everything went wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean, I judge the dads from here as completely different people as the dads that I know from home. But I still sort of feel a connection to them, you know?
no.
Fair enough.
So do you still think that you should walk into the room first, or are we all going together? Because you know what? After the way that the Auguries screwed us over with going through that portal, screw them.
Yeah, I think we go in as a team, because there's nothing that friendship can't stop.
It is pretty OP.
The meteor.
Nah, friendship can stop that. Just be
Enough
friends with
friendship.
the right. Yeah, I mean, you the right level of friendship, and it's called counterspelling the meteor swarm.
How do you measure friendship?
It's.
Okay,
I mean,
quick
Does it have a
thing.
unit?
Is this conversation happening as you're walking in? Because if so,
Yes.
I want to do
Yeah,
it.
this is filling up the time
Yeah.
as we walk to the room.
A very
Okay,
long time
so
of
as-
walking those 20 feet.
Oh,
As
we've only been talking for a minute.
mid conversation, as soon as Lumen steps over the
That's
threshold,
10 rounds of combat.
Oh God.
I'm
Not this
gone
again.
again.
He disappeared again.
Is it back to space realm?
It will be for you, but they don't know that. And
Well, I mean,
we're gonna
if Via-
focus on
if
this
Via-
side for a second.
If Via sees Lumen just disappear, she's gonna be like, "Oh no, not again."
And I was just getting to the friendship unit bit.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do it there, because it was funny.
Okay. Come on. To everyone else to hurry up.
Do you all go in as well?
Yes.
It does not happen to any of you.
Yeah,
Also,
so
Lumen's bat
Via
is very
thinks-
upset.
What about alternative via?
She does not vanish yet either.
Okay.
Yeah, so Via thinks we're gonna have to get to this point, which was the entrance to his chambers, or his domain, if that's what you're calling it.
Yeah, we'll just follow via. Via knows a way around.
So let's just,
Oh, this...
for now, put you guys there because that's where you're heading, and we'll just
Yeah.
quickly
I'm
swap.
so charismatic and capable of convincing this guy of stuff. Oh, hello.
You've returned,
Yeah. And our
empty-handed.
bargain-
I see.
No, that bargain's fulfilled.
He squints his eyes at your mention of that.
She was like 10 feet behind me.
He seems to like zone out for a second. Then zones back and is like, ah yes, they are in the entrance hall.
But yeah, I should say some things. I've learnt some information that you might find like relatively useful about the location of your child's soul.
So Lumen, as you're saying this, like, you saw his hand like reaching towards like essentially like a rip in space. That other party, you can't see this. Lumen, you can see that it's like directly to where they are. And he's like going in for grab and stops when you say that you have interesting information.
Yeah, so this person whose name doesn't exist anymore, who filler name Steve 2, has like they've stolen all the souls from multiple crystal spheres, and they steal the souls of people when they die instead of going to the afterlife. That is where your daughter's soul is. They have it. So, in theory, it's impossible to resurrect your daughter because they're still technically around. Like, they still exist and are alive. They're just their soul has just been imprisoned. But in theory, you can get them back. And it won't involve any sacrifice of anyone else.
He's just like not just looking at you, not responding.
Also, potentially. Oh yeah, if there's like anyone you don't want to die, and they might do spatial travel, like with magic. You probably want like a Chardlin chunk wedged inside of them.
Okay, at this point,
Laced with similar magic to my own.
No, at that point you go quiet.
Okay.
In a way that you'll understand in a second. Claw, go through portal. Pull through friends. Friends you see. On standing on nothing, because it's weird. It's like there's a floor, but it's clearly not a floor. You could see an unconscious Lumen and a Lumen standing at the other side of the area.
Okay. Via has true sight now.
Mm-hmm.
Does she see anything different?
y- you 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 try to look at your dad, and it just like hurts your brain because it's like, as you know, both this form and his other form are his true form, so your brain's trying to process both at the same time.
I mean, I'm looking at Lumen.
Oh, well, I've seen. I mean, like, yeah, if you
the
look,
true side. If I'm seeing two different lumens,
both look as they should, look as they do. You know what I mean?
So both are lumen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does any of the lumen look like the evil lumen?
I mean, that's hard to say because they look the same.
Yeah,
But-
but the eye, like, does the one who's
Yeah.
conscious? Can you see the fake eye in the one who's conscious?
Oh, right, I get you.
Can we see this? Can we see the fake eye? Can we see the snaggletooth? Can we see the fact that half of him is purple?
Okay, that
You'd have to undress him for that, but
that is
What is the what is
Lumen wakes up, his pants are off. What happened?
wait? So
Newt's
these
pulling his
are
pants down.
doppelgangers, are they?
We don't know. We're trying to figure that out.
Okay, you make very fair points. I hadn't considered them. So you look over at Floor Lumen. Well, I mean, I'm guessing you're going over to the one that's seemingly unconscious.
I don't know which one I'm controlling, so I'm just not doing anything.
The one that's unconscious.
Got it.
the one with Bet. I go to
No.
the one with Bet first.
I just copied your sheet because it was right there.
True.
You can instantly see a snaggletooth, a glass eye, some purple leaking
Some
out of his
purple.
shoes.
And from the distance, does this lumen seem to have those as well, or
From what you can see from a distance, can't really tell, but don't think you can see any snaggletooth.
what's more the eye that I
Yeah.
I would try to see? From the
Yeah,
distance?
purple you can't tell. Eye, you can see that the eye that Lumen is missing, they have closed.
Well, that's
Wait, yeah,
sus.
has one eye constantly closed?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, that's
that is
sus.
suspicious.
I mean, I assume they just don't have that eye.
I stay with this one.
That'd be my guess. But I'm unconscious.
Wake up.
So what
Via looks up
happened?
at the dad and say, "Dad, why? He did what you asked. He even he would have even brought additional information if you let him speak."
I have all the information I need now. Extracted.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good for my brain. There's already enough stuff going on in there.
That's
Does that
good.
mean
Take a bit
anything-
out.
Does that mean anything to Via?
And yet he knows nothing of subtlety, apparently.
Via, make me an advantage arcana.
Oh no, he might have taken a bit of the rat out as well. That's not good.
That Lumen turns to you. Squeak,
21.
squeak. 21. You recognize something that you've sort of seen before, but that your father lost it. He had a cane with what looked like part of a broken something, like a staff or a quarter staff, but like you could always tell that he was very protective of it, and you can see the shard of whatever it is in his hand, and you can like see magical energy pulsing as if it's been just used.
Did he just replicate?
Did he just copy paste some of my brain?
Oh,
Yeah, the staff of copy paste.
Is the fear binding still on Lumen's head?
It is not.
Good.
It is on the other one's head, though.
All right.
Is the other one just a simulacrum like all the other Vias, basically?
Do you ask that?
Did I know that? I know
Well,
there
to
were
be-
copies.
To be fair, the
But-
true sight would reveal if it was a simulacrum.
Would it?
I think so. I think it would reveal it to be just like snow.
Also, bear.
Oh yeah, because technically, isn't simulacrum an illusion spell or something?
Yeah, it's an illusion.
Also,
Yeah,
do
and,
bear in mind that
True sight would show it off to be a simulacrum.
do bear in mind that this version of the casting of the spell is slightly different, though.
That's
Mhm.
fair. I mean, this version might create a new creature.
An actual flesh copy.
Yeah, in
Uh-huh.
which case it might be different.
So is Lumen actually okay? He's just knocked out.
Yeah.
I mean, are you doing anything to him?
I mean,
Apart
Via's
from
bearing
pulling his
over him
pants
to
down,
check.
obviously.
Via's
Um,
bearing
I'm
over him
okay.
to check.
This is the first time I've been asleep.
Oh God, we don't know what that means for
That's a
you.
good point. That means that something will happen.
Oh fuck.
You only get a brief glimpse of the something, though.
The far realm will creep into your dream.
Actually,
Every time you have a nap, far realm attack.
that's a very good point. Thank you for reminding me, Christian.
You're very welcome.
Are you pulling down his pants? In quotation
we would
marks.
We would have a quick peek, but that normally was
if
is
you know
enough
what I
if you
mean.
lifted shirt.
Yeah.
Just his waistline.
So you can instantly tell that he is alive. When you lift his shirt, you see something quite worrying.
Full torsos.
You can see the purple moving.
Like, is it moving up or down? Like receding or increasing?
Increasing.
Oh, cause he's asleep. Quick. It might be because he's asleep. Quick, wake him up.
Wiggy wiggy, eggs and fakey.
Can I try to lesser restore him? I don't know if that does anything.
Yeah, sure. If you cast that, he'll like. Oh wait.
Yeah. Dreaming
you
is
get-
terrifying.
Yeah, you get
My-
more purple.
No more sleep for you.
Lumen, for a split second, when you wake up and like look towards the other you, it's not the other you see, but you can't place what it was. But for a split second, it wasn't just like a copy of you.
Dreams are weird.
There was a big goopy dragon in your brain, and it was really going at you.
Goop dragon, not good.
Like face and hands, more farm elf shit.
My brain is such a scary place. Oh.
Did you really have to
True
extract
in-game and out of
information
game.
from his brain like that? You could have just asked politely.
I don't ask things that I own. Or owned. You are free now.
It's
Freedom.
apparently manners is one of the things you don't have.
Zamla, don't.
Oh, don't worry, I don't mind if anything happens to myself. I am quite worthless.
That's not true.
Aww, gives hug.
No, I am. In that way, him and I have a lot in common in that regard.
Aw, gives hug to Zamla.
Not to that, Dad.
Dad can have hug as well. But Dad want hug?
He
You
just
look
looks
like you need a hug.
confused at the scene in front of him. This was not what he
Because-
was expecting.
We're
Like,
too
do you-
wholesome.
Do you feel like you need a hug?
Hmm.
I mean, you've definitely had a traumatic experience happen. Do you want a hug?
It's just.
Are you talking to Zamla when you said you've clearly had a traumatic experience?
Yes.
He
Just
just
so
blinked. He just blinked out and
you-
gone.
You
Fuck.
and Dad.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Well-
Dad left.
Wait, Dad?
Other Dad.
As in, his
He
dad,
also,
and
he also-
he's gone.
he
The
also
one that-
took-
Just as I was about to talk to him.
he
The
also
one
took
that
the-
electrocuted your character's brain?
Whoa,
Yeah.
wait, fuck. No, the other
he
VR's
stole
gone.
the other one. Yep, I noticed that. I
Shit.
was like, ooh. So we're just here now.
And
Is there an
I
exit?
have to ask, wait,
There is
before we
not.
go on, I have to ask, do you at all feel upset about the fact that they fried your brain to get information?
Moderate.
Do-
But I
You don't
forgive him.
feel any sort of negativity towards that individual for pulling things out of your brain without your consent first?
Actually, Lumen,
I'm-
mentally, you have not felt this good in a really long time. You feel
What
like
is the-
you almost feel like a weight has been lifted off you.
Via, what is your current stance on this current iteration of your father?
You can see that she's kind of doing her weird sensory shit. She's like feeling out the air, just thinking, where would he be gone? Wherever it was, it can't have been good. Like, she's got two places in her head where he could have went. At the same time, she was just about to talk to him, say, "I'd be careful about that thing you've just pulled out of his head."
He probably
but
went.
But he's fucked off. Can I warp sense?
He's,
You can. The
he's
magic
likely
will be
crying
too
somewhere
strong.
in a corner.
That is-
Sorry, Andrew, I didn't catch that.
the magic would be too strong for you to read. I'm just going to move you guys down as you magically essentially get pushed backwards as he reappears.
Yeah, there you are.
It's like, oh, you're still here.
Do you know how long we've been waiting?
1,000 years?
10,000 years.
Okay.
Where did, looks at where other Via was. Where did you take her?
Oh, she'll be in my holding for a while, but I've give your friend's mind
Okay, I'm back. My internet disconnected.
good.
Dad's mid-sentence.
Dad reappears. Says Lumen is in his care. No, not Lumen. Says other Via is in his care.
What sort of care?
Well, the words that your friend spoke were true. I have read his mind and saw many interesting things.
Ah, nice. Can you tell me what's happening in there? I don't know.
Yes, holds out a hand for a handshake.
Mm,
Via put her hand on Lumen's.
yeah, Lumen's not going for that again.
He had much interesting things to say about you.
What
About
she
who?
had.
No, he had.
Lumen had lots of interesting things to say about Via.
No, he's specifically looking at you, Lumen.
All right. Who had interesting things to say about me?
You yourself. Your other
Me?
you. Yeah,
Oh.
he made a copy of you.
Oh, other me had many interesting things to say about me. Oh, what did me say about me? I think me and me could get along.
So, what is it that you want? What can I give you that you can give in return?
I take it you don't care what I am then. You seem to care about getting your daughter back so much, yet one of them stands right in front of you, and yet it doesn't matter.
You see his very like the insane playful look on his face sort of go like serious for a second as he looks to you, and is like, you may look, but you are not.
I am every bit you that the other one was. The one that you lost. Like, her like starry form starts like flaring up. Like the edges of her hair start like frost up a bit and become ethereal. her eyes globe. However, obviously the evil eye is still there. He would see it. She's not trying to mask it. She's like, I'm from a different crystal sphere. I was hoping that you were every bit the man that my father is. And yet,
You see his eye twitch
you
from...
seem more
from-
cared about experimenting on your creations.
You see his eye twitching from, like, the, in quotation marks, disrespect you're treating him with.
At the same time saying, I think of you as a great man.
Yeah.
So, why this? We've told you She's like, we've told you my friend told you where. It's like she's struggling to pass out her words. She's like in a mess. It's like, you know where your daughter's soul is. You got what you wanted.
Yes.
So what are you going to do with the other one?
Let us say a collateral.
Ooh.
Just treat her like you would treat your actual daughter. She's every bit what she was. She has a heart and a soul, sentience, self-awareness, survival instincts, everything. She's
Have
just
you ever heard-
terrified.
Have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
Yes, I have, and that doesn't help your friend's argument.
Yeah, it does.
What
They're all the
happened to
ship
the
of
other
Theseus.
VS actually?
I mean,
Via reaches into like I think it's Newt's bag that has it, and pulls out a necrotic chardlin,
Mhm.
and just like, I was hoping that because we share the same blood, perhaps that we could work together, support each other, as families should, and figure out why this death curse and this lich is stealing all these souls and plaguing all these people and putting even creatures like us in a box, in a cage, preventing us from traveling the stars.
Okay.
Even the stars themselves are going out. You must know it. You must be aware.
We are
But-
all stardust.
If that is true, Zamla, but if you care not for any of it, or worse, collaborate with them, then both settle for Lumen's freedom. We'll
Uh,
leave you alone.
So, two things. One, make me an advantage persuasion. Two, specifically when you mentioned the stars going out, you must have noticed.
Fuck, even actually, sod it. I'm changing that into a 15. It's a 19 on the persuasion.
Look at my thingy as well.
And so
My
it's a
plus
24. 24 persuasion. Sorry, Andrew. I'll
It's
just
alright.
split it out because that was a shit one.
It was.
Sorry, what were you saying?
You noticed a sudden drop in his persona, of like the moment that you mentioned the stars going out, where it almost looked like he was distracted for a moment, and you think that, like, you personally think he may not have gave a shit about any of that stuff, and so you've only just made him aware of that.
Well, she said her piece.
Yeah.
She
so-
doesn't. She doesn't think we're gonna get anything out of him. So she's like, "Well, my friends have me, so I'll get it eventually." Via goes to like start rummaging through Lumen's bag to get that fucking scroll back.
I'm 30% here.
You're 30%. That's a pretty high number.
What do you mean 30%?
Well, Discord's not loaded,
Oh,
but I can
you-
hear all of you.
It's fine. This
So,
it's
so
VR time.
you meant Discord's being a dick. I thought, what happened to Lumen now? Jesus.
I
He's
mean,
only
the-
30%
my
there.
internet's
Fuck.
just my internet's just been going like on and off constantly.
Well,
But
you haven't missed it. You just
yeah.
missed Via going on a bit of a tirade. Via is now rummaging through your bag to get that plane
Okay.
shift scroll back so we can fuck off home if he's not
oh
bothered.
yeah, I just hand it to you. But
Mm.
yeah,
Via, make
Uh-huh.
me 6 con saves.
6.
Yeah,
All of these are gonna suck.
I hope not.
Right, that one sucks already.
Wait, let's see if I can do
There's
it.
a modified
Thank fuck
20
for
in
that.
there. There's a nat 1, which I will turn into a... Which I will... Do I use my other portent on that? Fuck, I've got another 3 to do. There's a 17. There's another modified 20.
You did very well, actually.
And there's a 19. I'm just considering whether I burn my last portent on that other con save, on that, to get rid of that nat 1, because that is a nat 1.
Don't bother.
Okay.
The 2 20s were good enough. You
Okay.
have 4 levels of exhaustion.
Ow. Ow.
And you see a familiar to you look on your father's face of, you think, acknowledgement? And then he basically...
I think acknowledgement what?
You think like you've been acknowledged by him.
No, she thinks like she thinks she hasn't.
No, you have.
No, I think I haven't.
Poof. He vanishes. A gateway opens back to the other place. Via, apart from feeling very exhausted, you hear a slight echoing in your ears of "prove me wrong." And you suddenly notice there is the thing that was in his hand in your hand. The weird broken bit of something.
Would Via know what this is?
Via wouldn't know, but what it was, Via would know it was one of original father's most cherished possessions before it was stolen. And on the day that it was stolen, it was the one time you saw that version of your father go fucking ballistic.
Okay, Via is very still. Just staring at the rod. She's conscious and she's awake, but she's just like... Jaw has dropped fully open. Doesn't really know what to think.
Is everything okay?
Do you give her a shake or a kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give
Just
you
like
a
a poke.
gentle nudge.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Shakes her head vigorously. Yeah, that went better than I thought.
Also,
Yay, didn't have to use this. Puts the scroll away.
Via,
Puts the rod away.
you would understand that you're not under a fear binding with him. You're under something different, which is not like a negative thing. You would understand it as almost like a familial pact.
Right.
So you know from that you have things to do, but that since he didn't fear bind you, you know that he has at least some positive feelings towards you, or something akin to that. Because there's no way he'd do that if he didn't give a shit about you.
Yeah, that's what's got us so stunned. Like, Via went from thinking he's just going to tell us to fuck off now to this, which she's never seen her version of him do before. Kind of a mind fuck. That's, if it wouldn't have got flagged, that could have been the freaking title of this episode.
Kind of a mindfuck.
Yeah. Points at the hole. That should take us home. Flops like flops down on, like she's already on her knees and she goes to stand up because of exhaustion. She just kind of like stumbles and like her knees buckle under her weight.
I hold
Yeah,
her.
I'll go to catch. Yeah.
How are you feeling? And I get the Tensor's floating disc.
Yeah, it did plonk me on that. Not great, but not terrible.
You feel the unseen servant petting you on the head.
Yeah. She just she
I'm
lies, lies on the disc and then just warps into like the baby Alba and curls up into a ball.
Aww.
Yeah.
Cute.
The ritually summoned horse gives you a lift.
Okay.
I love these ritual summon spells so much.
I mean, they are good since they hang around. But yeah, home should be through that portal.
Heads through. Portal.
Andrew, I'm gonna wait until everybody else has gone through the portal.
Oh, please don't leave the. Actually,
No
the owl bear just ploops back up to like normal view, and she's like, "Don't leave the far around picture here." Please.
No,
I mean,
no, I'm not gonna stay. I just want to try something once you're all gone.
don't I have the far round picture? Isn't it in my bag?
Yeah,
I thought
technically
it was Zamla's because he
No.
kept playing with it.
yeah,
No,
but
that's
then
mine.
Lumen took it off him and hid it in his
Because he
bag.
kept playing with it.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Zamla, as long as you're not doing that, fine.
Not
as,
doing what?
Far realm shit.
as soon as you step through the portal, it's the
I
same.
can't promise that.
It's the same as what I described before. Zamla, you can see out to them. They can't see into you.
That's a one-way portal mirror thing.
Yep.
Interesting.
So you basically all
Okay,
step
wait a
through, and then Zamla just doesn't continue because he's doing something.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna PM you what I do, Andrew.
Oh, that's a spicy meatball. Whereas everyone else, you reappear in like the. I may as well switch it over.
Yeah. So like, Murder sees will come back, and Via's like, need bed, need sleep. Falls over.
Okay, there.
So what
Scoops up tiny bear.
So what actually happens to you all? You. Oh god, I've got to read that message. Let's just switch to that map for now.
Oh, so the portal took us to outside in the house.
Technically, something else is gonna happen. Owen, what does that sentence mean?
Well, that's always good.
You love to hear that.
What
What
does
is-
that mean?
What does that sentence? It's not what does that mean.
It's
What does that
sentence.
mean? Would be like Andrew
I've edited it.
understood what was happening, but didn't get the context. What does that sentence mean? Is that is like not English? That's not a language I recognize. That's some like weird alien stuff.
You know what? I don't think he's gonna stand for that. It's fun. So everyone else, you don't like land here where your characters are. You actually land here, which is into like a swirling mass of like energy, which does actually spit you out. Oh no, not Avia.
I was gonna say she's technically not there.
Haven't they already gone like through the portal?
They have. It's fine.
Also,
you go through as well.
Lumen's not there.
Yeah, but that's because I wouldn't be because I was removed from the map because I was.
Yeah, after they've
teleported.
already gone through.
There we go. There he is.
There. So same thing happened in the last campaign, but let's hope that everyone's not a dickhead. So you are essentially thrown into a swirling vortex, which takes you to the place that you want to go.
What's up?
So if we think Phandelin,
Yes. Please all think Phandelin. Don't think each side of the fucking world again, like last time.
oh, that's why I didn't get it.
Yes.
Straight
the-
to the goblin camps, you say?
I mean, that's still fine. Last time one of you went to the other side of the world.
I want to go to the. Who fancies a quick trip to Schultz? You know? You know where would be a good place to go?
Calamshan.
Yeah.
I'm on
4
Apple's
levels of
Palace.
exhaustion and we have beds at Phandelin.
We should go to the. We should go to the secret elf continent that is just hidden most of the time.
Also,
Baldur.
we've left a party member in Phandelin.
So, Newt, would you be also on the thought of, like, returning to Phandelin?
Returning to Murder, yeah.
Yeah.
Return
Okay,
to
so
Phandelin.
everyone is essentially, like, going through one wormhole, and then Lumen's, like, just joking, and he's starting to split off slowly.
No, Phandelin.
I grab him. No.
Oh, no, you don't grab
I
him.
mean, I
You're-
was going to say you're not there. I was going to say Via grabs
yeah.
him saying 4 levels of exhaustion and we got beds in Phandelin. Tug.
Yeah, Phandelin ho.
Okay, and then suddenly, Zamla shoots past you.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
everyone,
Samla, you're going quite fast there, buddy.
arrives back in Phandelin. Zamla.
Yeah.
Oh, you've had a journey. So you know how certain Fey realms have different times and things?
Yeah.
In response to what you did and your earlier disrespect, he spent 200 years torturing you.
Okay.
What the fuck did you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. Go on.
And then spat you out. So you've just had the past. To you.
How did he torture me?
Oh, fuck off. I'm not telling you how he did 200 years of torture.
How many levels did I gain during that
One.
time?
None.
One pin in one of your temples, and then another pin in your other temple, just like half an inch wider than where your head is, so that you just continually recoil into your own pain.
You gain -1 level
200
for
years.
asking that question.
I mean, honestly, Joseph, it's tempting.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Look, but I'll figure out exactly.
Wait, so like, was he with me during that time?
Yes.
Oh, he had to spend 200 years with Zamla.
Yeah. I mean, you're
You
both.
gotta spend 200 years
The
beating
poor
Samla.
bastard.
It was just that scene from Casino Royale with the rope hitting the ball bag. But for 200
Anyone-
years.
Anyone ever read I am at the center of everything that happens to me? Where it's just a chaos being torturing one guy, and eventually the guy's like, yeah, fuck you, I don't care.
Oh yeah, for like.
You don't impress me anymore.
He's just like, after 200 years, it hardly feels like it's worth it anymore.
I mean, Zamla, the first 150 years were awful. Last 50 years, you kind of got used to it.
You got used to it.
I mean, you would, wouldn't you? Samla is now so much older than the rest of us.
But none of you know
Would he
that.
be-
Actually,
able to
that's a good
tell.
point. I would have died, so like he wouldn't have been able to do.
It's Via's da. He has abilities to turn back your body clock.
Oh yeah, he
Okay.
if you died, he definitely immediately brought you back.
He aged to death halfway through, then he resurrected you, de-aged you, and then you aged to death again.
But as part of the torture, good old dad put a glyph of clone onto a brick and just braid you across the face with it, so that you touched the glyph, it got cloned.
Actually,
At one point, Zamla would have said, "Here's the thing about horror and weirdness: the more you reveal of it, the less effect it has, and the more boring it gets."
I actually like the idea of that though. Of one of the ways he tortured you is like aging you fast till you died, and then making you young again, and then aging you till you died, and just putting you through. That's just one of the things. Let's say.
Age you until you become negative baby. You become pre-baby.
So, do I just appear
Yeah.
alongside them?
Ah, Zamla, you were going a bit fast there in transit. You okay, buddy?
Just throw
Yes,
him.
it wasn't that interesting though.
Ah, fair enough.
Just spent a little bit of time away.
You notice that one of Zamla's eyes doesn't stop twitching. Zamla, you have
No,
not
wait a
noticed
minute,
that.
Andrew. If he was put through that unbelievable torture, wouldn't have he used the silent image at one point?
I mean,
I
a
assume
lot
you
of
took
shit.
all of your spellcasting ability off you.
A lot of shit probably happened
It's
over
not a
the 200
spellcasting
years.
ability, though. It's not a spell, it's a warlock thing.
Anyway.
I'm just on the man. What did he do to elicit this reaction? Did you like take a shit in his private dimension or something?
Daddy threw a bitch fit and proved Zamla's point that he was just a fucking little brat with an ego and a very small dick, essentially.
Did you just shit in his dimension or something? Is
I
that
actually
what you did?
yes.
Yeah, I thought it would be something like that. Just take a giant shit in his.
Is this conversation actually happening? Because if
I mean,
so,
no.
Via, is
Lumen
Via, I was
doesn't
gonna
have
say,
a reason to question this, so he's just like, yeah, no, he's legit.
Yeah, so
I was
bitch
just gonna
daddy
say-
threw a tantrum and basically was like, no!
Via's
basically.
like too tired, can't be bothered.
Lumen will find you a room in the inn to sleep in, and just plunk you down, wrap you in quilts.
Like, you can, like Via still can't not problem solve even while she's like this. Now she's like, Lumen, we need to sort out some way of casting sending. And like plops down.
That's like, I'll work on trying to find a scroll of it so I can copy it, but
Same as she like lies down.
yeah, for now I'll just bring you some nice food and stuff, and you just have a nap.
A hand plops on a nearby bowl and it fills with good berries. Num num num.
Speaking of which, we should probably spend the next 4 days waiting for you to be better.
Meredith,
It's
are you
like-
still with us?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
You walk out of a room and just see your friends like just fall to the ground in the middle of town.
I walk back inside and barricade the door so Via can't get to me.
Via's not trying to.
I...
You hear, if you hear any knocking, it's going to be somebody else.
Speaking of which, Zamla's gonna knock on the door. Ah, Murderer, it's so wonderful to see you. It's been such a long time.
It's been 25 minutes.
Yes, so long.
Graham.
How have you been?
It has only been 25 minutes.
Yes.
Graham,
No time at all.
your check on this is so high. Can you make me 2 advantage rolls in not religion? Yes, religion.
Somehow nat 1 all of it.
Yeah, that would be
Right,
great.
we got 2 advantage rolls in what?
I'm double checking if I think it is religion that I
4
want.
nat 1s.
Oh man, my religion is so good, so
Yeah,
strong,
but
so
you should-
powerful.
4 nat 1s and you'll ruin his narrative.
Oh, not really. Yeah,
So that
it will be
plus
religion.
plus a D4, and then that again plus a D4.
I'm actually great at religion. I just realised.
Yeah, see the
So is
weird thing
Via,
is like
which is tired.
intelligent characters are really good at religion, whereas like actual priests are really bad at it.
We had
Yeah,
that.
they're really
I
good
think
at-
It's weird.
I mean, it kind
Religion
of
should be a wisdom stat.
In religion in this game is more like knowing stuff about religions versus
Yeah,
being
but it shouldn't
wise
be.
is like interpreting
Well, that's
how
why
to
they
live a good life.
that's why they
is-
changed the new cleric, right? Because I think new clerics add their wisdom modifier to their religion.
Oh, okay, that would be
Yeah.
better. But like, yeah, I think religion should just be basically a wisdom stat and not an intelligence stat.
Yeah,
And
they
medicine
they,
and medicine should be an intelligence stat, not a wisdom stat.
That
they
does
added,
make
they added
sense.
quite a few things that make people who should know something specifically quite well do. Like, for example, that mages are worse at Arcana than a rogue with expertise, for example.
That's
Sure.
also
Or a bard. Or a bard doing the same
bard, yeah.
thing.
yeah. It is odd that bards know more about magic than wizards.
I think that's perfectly fair. Wizards should suck.
Wow.
So
I mean, wizards, yeah, and doesn't matter. Sorry, Andrew, you were gonna go.
Murderthar, you've had a good old time reading the book. Although not as long as you expected.
Yeah, they came out real quick.
With your
Dirty 20.
you've learned some things from the book, and one of them has come in handy right now. I'm not gonna tell you out loud what it is, but I'm gonna let you decide if you do. Where is my boy?
You just send them this.
Yeah.
You've got to kill all of them before they turn evil. It's only a matter of time, trust me. Now, which book told you that? Was it the evil one or the good one?
Sorry, what? What was that? Who?
Gotta kill
Zamla.
your whole...
That's who I'm talking about.
Oh. That doesn't seem good.
Does it seem bad?
How much? I'm just gonna shout through the window.
The ground is blood.
Guys, some of you are smart, right?
Yeah, relatively.
Uh-huh.
How much soul should someone have?
Like, all
One.
of it. You should have all of your one soul.
What if
Does
someone
soul
had?
also have a measurement?
What if someone had 1% of a soul? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, you should definitely have way more than 1%. That's like the bare minimum soul.
You just hear calling from the other room. Why?
Can someone sit Zamlar down?
Zamla, sit down.
We've got good news for you. Wait, no, the other thing.
We have the usual level of news for you.
Zamla?
We have news, but it's like us news. Zamla, are you there?
Owen?
Owen?
Oh no,
Have you muted yourself, Owen?
we killed him.
He's dead.
Oh no, we stole 99% of his soul in real life as well. Oh, that's not
He's
good.
not muted.
I mean, Newt would chime in like, I don't have a soul.
That's an excellent question. Do you have a soul?
I don't believe I have a soul.
Brain went dead. Graham, give me another one of those double advantage religions. If this is a question that is said out loud.
Yeah, I would. Can I make a religion check to see if I think he has a soul?
You
Can
can
we
only
all
make a
lie-
standard
could-
religion.
Could me lying in bed make one, but I will be at disadvantage because exhaustion.
Yeah?
One of those was a crit?
Nice, I did almost as well as the guy who crit.
Thank you for my...
The lowest.
Nice.
7.
Via's asleep.
I enjoy how it was still a 7 though.
So, Lumen and Murderthar can see things that Lumen can't, so he knows something. Whereas Lumen, you're pretty sure that he should have a soul, because he acts like he has, but it's hard to see.
Yeah.
Whereas 100% Murderthar, you can see he has something that's like a soul.
I'm just gonna shout at you. Don't worry, you have a soul.
You should have like a soul, or at least something that's like soul adjacent.
It doesn't make sense. I was just made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're alive now and you have a soul.
We're all just made, but like soul go in body? Question.
Soul
I
going
look
body.
I look internally and scan my own self, scan my like everything
Look
inside,
for
and go like, do I have a
scan
soul?
for soul.
More information required.
Also, souls don't have units, but we should totally make units for souls.
Also, coming back to that, does friendship have units?
No, but we
Yes.
totally make units.
We have
for
2
friendship.
liters of friendship.
We
I have 1 cubit of friendship.
we have 5 friendships currently.
Ah,
That's a
then-
bit low. That means some
Well-
of us are not friends with another.
I
Uh,
have.
Let's see. From Via's perspective, Lumen, Newt, Mereditha, Zamla, Felix, all of the familiars. Oh fuck, that's 8.
Yeah,
I'm
but you
here,
have
sorry.
you have to count every connection as one friendship.
True.
Not all connections
we
are
have-
friendships.
We have
That is also true.
we have 8 in this room.
Some are just acquaintances.
We have
The-
8 in
Some
this
are enemies.
facility.
The
Some are enemies.
friendometer's off the
Some are
scale.
frenemies.
I'm back. Sorry about that. I need to.
Okay, yeah, so I've asked you to sit down, Zamla.
Yeah. Lumen brings you a chair.
Yeah.
Take a seat.
Yes.
Take
yes,
the weight
I'm
off your
sat down,
feet.
don't worry.
You want a drink? How are your shoulders feeling?
Yeah.
So I've got some news for you.
Yes.
Good news, you don't have cancer.
So
You
you
have
know
sanity
so you know how most people have 100% of a soul, right?
Yes.
What if I told you that you had 1/100th of that number?
Just as a hypothetical.
Like,
How would you
Interesting.
react to being told that you had 1% of your soul?
I mean, would I know any difference?
do you feel any different?
Not particularly.
Then
Are you sure you don't want to do some real soul searching? Oh, sorry, that's really insensitive.
Yeah.
Well, what does it mean? What would the other 99% be doing?
Well, I think it means that if you die, you're just dead forever, and also you won't go to somewhere useful because you must be drained of your soul to somewhere. Like,
well, 1%
have you
of you will
have
go
you at any
somewhere.
point recently made any sort of like thing that would mean that your soul was leaving?
Did you mess with the far realm? That usually
Mm.
rends your soul.
Did you
from
mess with
being.
some sort of evil god, perhaps? You know, like that weird Via did.
Did you create Horcrux?
Ah, yes, but he didn't respond too badly towards me.
Did you far realm?
No, I never did that.
Nah,
Did
that's not what you
you-
told me.
Well, you said that, like, no, you can't use your magic, and then you just kept
No,
it at that.
no, they said that. I didn't say that.
So what did happen then?
A
What
lot
you
of
described.
shit over 200 years. And you
So what
fucking
happened
his
to him?
probably a lot of fucked up shit as well.
No, what happened to him when I used it on him the first time then, if that's the case? Because if it had no effect, I would have just stopped, like, oh well, that's not going to work.
I mean, what
There'd be
realistically
no point.
what realistically happened was nothing happened to him, but the space he took you to began warping because of the Far Realm influence, and he was angry at that.
Yeah, so after, like, the first 50 years of torture, Zamlo would be like, okay, fuck this, and then he used the silent image, because at that point, like, the guy only has himself to blame.
Did you nuke reality as like a prank?
Just a
Not as a
prank,
prank,
bro.
more so 50 years in from having to put up with his utter dribble and nonsense. It was starting to bore me, so I tried to get out, but it didn't work.
Like, I'm
Does-
trying to be understanding.
does
but
no one wanna-
nuking reality is not like a rational response to being tortured.
You know, I think that this might work better if we all went our separate ways and stopped hanging out together, because we seem to bring out the worst impulses in each other in terms of messing with weird things that we shouldn't be messing with.
To be fair, the individual kept me there against my will, and I believed it to be the only way to escape.
I'll also say this: we're the only people who can maybe save the multiverse. So I think it's relatively imperative we stay together.
Would it be more effective if we split up to all try and tackle it separately?
Yeah, let's split up and look for clues.
From the other room. No.
Okay, so Andrew.
You would say that, evil one.
I'm not evil.
Yes,
Okay,
Owen?
so Andrew.
Aw, yeah, she's not
Andrew?
evil.
Yeah?
Over the course of those 200 years, in my spare time, I trained to be I was training to be a wizard. So can I have my 20 levels of wizard, please?
Yeah, you can have 20 levels of wizard, but you have no spell slots.
Okay, nice. So I get all of the features then. Let me just add
no.
go with the multi-class section.
Why?
You do level down though for free.
Okay, then how much?
I mean, you're free to level down if you want to. I'm not making you level down.
So hey, anyway, the pertinent point is that you've lost most of your soul.
And if I die, that will be it. I will cease to exist.
Well, either that or
Can you just
whatever
do a
has your
biography
soul
on
will
my
have you.
character?
And what has my soul?
I don't know.
Probably Dad.
Dad in the far realm.
You guys should stop visiting that guy. He just causes
Dude.
problems every time.
He can't seem to get rid of me.
He's
He
almost
is
as
really
evil as
obsessed.
Via.
Why do you think Via's evil? That's the thing I need to ask you.
Because have you the radiates evil.
I mean, yeah, the eye in her head.
Via is
radiates-
literally visibly radiating evil. The world darkens around them.
Yes, and
Yeah, but she isn't evil.
The book says different.
Which book is telling you this?
Both
Is it-
books.
Well, if they're both agreeing, you clearly can't trust it.
No, the opposite. One of the evil book is like, she's evil, I need to get to her. And the good book is like, she's evil, stay, keep that other book away from her.
If I may speak for myself, she's now she's leaning on the door frame of the room.
No, you evil one.
She hasn't. Well, I'm going to anyway. I tried to get some answers on how we can save this universe. You know, the good thing. It attracted someone wanted attention, and as a result, the Lich forced this into my head. Points at the eye.
Wait.
This is a burden that's been placed upon me, just like the book on you. Just because you have the book doesn't make you evil. The
We
same
need to
applies to
No,
me.
because I have both books.
We need to get an angel's
I-
eye.
I'm
and
still
give
good.
you
I bet I
that.
could. I bet I could read that book if I wanted to.
Sure. We've all heard the phrase, the path to hell is paved with good intentions, right?
No.
There's an example.
I mean, yeah, but she did save the universe if everything was accurate.
Well,
I mean,
if they weren't lying, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
If they
said,
weren't
it's all
lying.
accurate.
if
Oh,
if
she's not
the
lying.
if the incredibly evil thing didn't lie to you to make you do the thing it wanted, yeah, of course.
I mean, the alternative was everybody dies.
No, the alternative was maybe everyone dies.
Yeah, but the alternative of maybe everyone dies is a pretty
Hey.
bad alternative if it comes true.
Hey, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of 200 years,
Oh my
Zamla
God.
would have had ample opportunity to do like insight checks and perception checks and persuasion checks. Would he have ever gauged any useful information from Bitch Daddy?
He likes doing the ball smashing bit.
Fascinating. So, Freudian terms, he goes for the balls because he feels that he has none himself, so he takes that out on others. Okay, I've learnt a lot.
Yeah, you know what? You've learned whatever the fuck you think you've learned.
That's good enough, thank you.
Okay, I think we should just hunker down in Phandelver for 4 days while Via gets her bearings.
4 days,
Do
but
we
that's
have
such
4
a long
days?
time.
I mean, we're gonna have to have 4 days. Via has 4 levels of exhaustion.
I think we should head in a direction while Via's incapacitated and it's harder for them to follow us.
I don't think we should abandon our party member. I think we should wait for 4 days.
Thanks,
And then-
Meredith.
I'm sorry, you've been compromised by evil.
Once we're back
Via.
at full
Couldn't try to
strength,
cut
Because you're
the
holding
eye
the
out.
book didn't mean I suggested that we'd leave you.
if we cut the eye out, they die. So we'll need to be,
How do you know?
because I don't know.
If you get me some diamonds, you can cut out their eye now, and we'll sort this.
Via will reiterate. I did say it earlier. I've read about what this eye does, and if I take it out, I will die.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, if you get me some diamonds, we can fix that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, yes, but what if he
we'll
wasn't
spend-
lying? I
we'll
take it
spend-
out, I die, then everybody else dies.
I
we
mean,
might be able to remove it now that whatever it was is no longer looking for you. But
I would rather do some more information.
what
gathering,
exactly was
have
meant
it-
to destroy the world? What was meant to kill us all? Like, what? You've been very vague.
Well, that's because I don't know exactly what it was, but I'm assuming it's whatever mind flare god or whatever we're calling it has separated out all of these crystal spheres.
maybe
Whatever's
Steve
preventing the
too?
travel.
Probably
The old thing
Oh,
bad will
oh.
happen.
Yeah, also, Mirtha, I didn't mention to you specifically, but to everybody else I have, that last night when I tried to cast a spell that was beyond my skill level to divine some information about this universe, it caught the attention of something far beyond my school. That is the thing that was coming for me.
Quick
And
question.
allegedly, that's what this eye protects from.
Ah.
The second that I get some information that says otherwise or says that we're safe, I'm taking this thing out.
So the thing that caused you to have to compromise with evil was your own greed.
Yeah, Andrew. What was your
It
question?
wasn't greed. I was trying to help.
Did
You
Via
have
Via
beyond your own
tell it?
ability to control.
Shut up a minute.
Well, excuse me for being ambitious.
Did Via tell anyone about the dead god?
She said to Lumen, Newt, and Zamla that she tried to cast a spell to contact a god for answers and got through, but got through to nothing. Exactly what she said.
Okay, that is important for me to know that you have shared that information.
If you guys want to know more specifics, I was trying to contact Savras.
There was a
Does anybody know who that is?
god.
It's the god of divination and fate. They know all of history of the universe. I thought if I could speak to them, I could get at least a couple of answers as to what's causing the death curse and what separated all the crystal spheres and what is preventing all of the extra dimensional travel. But I got through to an empty void.
Dead god does lend some credence to this story.
Does it mean that? Well, does it mean that they're dead? Does it mean that they never existed? Does it mean that?
To be
Yeah,
fair,
that god might not just have ever existed as you know it in this universe.
Which
Sure,
is
Because
what's
we know
got me
gods are
think-
different.
Which is what's got me thinking that maybe my divination spells are all the north side of useless.
Yeah. Especially if fate doesn't exist.
no, the spells are still useful.
Anyway, if
It
you're
isn't a
done
god
calling
who
me
does the
evil and trying to get everyone to leave me, I'm going back to bed. Slams
Via,
the door.
What?
before,
Yeah, you go to sleep.
after you slam the door opens again. Abigail just like pokes her head and is like, "You doing okay?"
Yeah. Just tired.
Uh,
That was an ordeal, to put it lightly.
so, Lumen, you're give me a perception with disadvantage for you having to notice this because you're outside the room. Via, what you see is she brings you like a cup of tea, and then takes out a pouch that's like hanging around her neck. You notice that there's like, it looks like a dragon scale or something attached to it, and like she pours that into the tea and says, "This should fix you up right as rain."
Scrutinizes it, like, what?
Oh, it's an old family heirloom. It heals people.
Via already knows about the true sight and the excavation and the spellcasting and whether she takes out she'll die.
Hmm.
What does it look like? The actual liquid itself.
It just looks like. I mean, if you can tell, it just looks like a magical liquid.
Magic
Hmm.
tea.
Yeah.
Sips.
You sip and you're like, oh, that's not bad, and you instantly black out. And then you wake up again, fully like you're like full of energy. You're like on a caffeine high. All your exhaustion is gone.
Well, like wake up immediately, or is this the next morning?
Yes, immediately. You feel
What was
great.
that? That was more than just an heirloom.
Yeah, it's like it was handed down in my family. Admittedly, I don't bring it out much because I don't know how many times I can use it before the magic runs out. But I know that you're important.
Could I boop identify?
Yeah. You can tell that it is a I can't remember what they're called. This one of the scaled items. It is a item that is imbued with the dragon's magic.
Oh, the vessel.
Yes, that one. Thank you.
It's a vessel.
Even with identify, it doesn't tell you exactly which dragon, but you don't recognize the color.
I mean,
it looks a bit weird.
Via was more hoping to glean information as to whether it will run out or not. Just for Abigail's sake.
Think it will, but it's hard to see it in terms of like all magic things can run out of power eventually, and it's been passed down in her family for apparently a while, as she's described it. But it seems okay.
Because I understand that dragon horde items are weird with regards to exactly that, and the draconic vessel don't know. But yeah, Via just like pulls her finger away after identifying. It's like, yes, draconic magic. That is truly special.
What?
Thank you, Abigail. That's the kind of magic that it is imbued with.
Is it?
Unfortunately, I can't tell you much more, but that's the kind of magic that it's using.
Well, I guess that explains the nice ornament on the side of it. I guess it's like a scale or something.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Huh, I may look into that. Wonder if there's been any dragons in this town before. I mean, obviously must have in some way, but... See? There you go, Via. You've already helped me for helping you.
Just gives Abigail a smile.
And now you currently have one level of caffeine overdose.
Oh, here's good. When's the sugar crash coming?
Good old dragon coffee.
Essentially, I'm just making this up off the top of my head. Essentially, what you have right now is you have one level of reverse exhaustion. So you can now stay awake for like the next 2 days with 0 repercussions.
Cool. I guess I'll just if everybody else is going for a rest, if this is like on the night, I guess I would just use the time to go back to training that feat.
Sure.
Before doing anything else that is probably going to shake up the fucking narrative.
Okay, so Via goes back to the room, slams the door, and then Meredith is like, "No, seriously, we have to work out what to do about like this."
I mean, Via seems fine.
No, Via seems fine now.
Yes. Go on.
So, if you don't have a balance, these things have corrupting properties.
Yes, when you meant that before.
Like, the only reason I'm not become horribly evil holding this book, hold up the dead book, is because I have this book on me at the same time. hold up the good one. And I'm like, so we need some sort of like incredibly good thing that we can stick into and like replace a different one of Via's limbs or organs with.
She did suggest letting her look at the book and see if she's truly evil, it would smite her. Because that's
Yeah,
what the
no,
good book does when
my-
the evil creature tries to read it, doesn't it?
You shush, you're not here.
So
I'm
is
just
there...
I'm just reiterating. She already said that.
Yeah. But my
So-
issue is I can't let someone else read it, or I become corrupted by the evil book.
So what is there to counter it? A nose of the Messiah, perhaps?
Technically, the good book just leaves eventually.
It leaves as
Ah.
as soon as it's done what its purpose is, and it has
Yeah,
not shown any
Yeah.
sign of leaving.
Yeah,
Anyone who
it's
reads it,
reason
assumes
to
it gains
help
its
us out with
benefit.
these items. This is the problem. I'm just trying to work out what we can do.
Well, you know the thing that's in your chest?
Yeah.
It kind of... I wonder if we can block the eye's influence on it.
It's a magic item of a good god that you keep telling me has been imbued by a different good god. I think it's
Well-
not a good god. So
But
if I
you're-
gave Via a heart transplant,
Good
But the
luck
thing
with
is,
that.
the thing that what you have on your chest, like I wasn't really sure about what it's doing, but it is also shielding you from, seemingly from this version of your god, which is not a good god, right?
mm-hmm.
So, if we could somehow shield her from the influence of I thing, what do you call him, Steve too?
Yeah, Steve
So-
too.
So
we
you
could
want
kind of replicate
so
protection.
am I hearing you correctly that you want to pull this thing out of my heart and stick it into Via to keep her safe?
I'm not sure if it worked that way because it's probably enchanted specifically for to go against this version of your god. But I wonder if we could basically reverse engineer it and create some sort of blocker for Steve 2.
Fuck. Murdertha will be like, if giving my heart can save someone from becoming evil, I would happily hand it over.
But we're not talking about taking your heart out though.
But if it'll help Via, then I will do it.
Yeah, but I don't think it would.
Why not? It's good, like, right? You said it was good, right?
But it's specifically targeted towards your god, I think. So I don't think it would do anything against Steve 2. I think it would probably just, if it actually worked at all, would probably only protect Via from your god.
Okay.
Transplant.
Sorry, I'm not smart. I'm more self-sacrificing.
And that's very honorable. But I don't think it would serve a purpose, right? Andrew, do I think I could reverse engineer something to block Steve 2's influence on...
You are
Yeah.
unsure. This is something you would have to spend some time actually
Does he need to
researching.
study the item in my chest more?
Murdertha just wants to rip open their chest again.
No,
Just-
I mean this. I mean this seriously. If it will help, I like Andrew. If
Do I
if
think
that
it
is
would
what it
help?
feels like it would require for that to work, to have a
Okay.
higher chance of success, like Murdertha would.
At the moment everybody turned their backs towards the two of them, I was like, oh, open chest surgery again, woohoo.
We're not. No one is murdering or dying for
I'm not volunteering to die. I'm only if he says that won't work, but he needs to study this item to work out how to replicate it. I'm willing to just let him do it because I want to not have Via become a bad guy. Because
Okay,
Murdertha likes Via as not evil.
so if you are willing to let Newt, quotation marks, use you,
Study, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it is literally that. He no longer needs, because he has identified, he no longer needs to, like, open you up, but he can use
Right.
you as an object that is imbued with that magic to study that. So yes, if you give yourself up to him as a study
Cool.
object, it will.
I'll go set up the operating table and you can have a look.
As you're walking out, Newt's like, no, I don't know. Okay.
Well, I've just set up a table, right? Like, it's fine. Mereditha, like, head on, like, lies down, head on the good book, the evil book underneath the good book, with Mereditha's head on it, just to make sure it doesn't leave.
I think the evil book slowly melts through any surface it's left on.
Well, we'll just put multiple surfaces underneath it, won't we?
I'm just imagining halfway through the surgery, it finishes melting through the table, and suddenly you just like your head like snaps backwards in
Nah,
a
it's-
hole in the table.
No, it's fine. There's still blood all over the table, and technically unbeknownst to them, Mereditha's blood is very holy, so that actually stops it melting through the table.
Man,
Yeah,
if I
'cause
knew
that's
that, this
some
is
of
the odd.
gold, right? Some of the blood, right? So do I think that could be used if the blood is very holy to actually
Blood transfusion?
imbue whatever I'm doing with holy magic?
Wait,
Uh,
can Meredith's blood be substituted for holy water? Because blood's mostly water.
Again,
That's a good point,
Th-
actually.
this is all stuff that I can't give you an immediate answer to. You have to put work into researching this.
Okay,
Okay,
we're
model as
about to
much
start
blood as
working
we
into
can.
this. Yeah,
I
come
mean,
on.
yeah, this is it's a great learning opportunity. You just like
You will
bleed
siphon that
blood for a
hemophiliac
bit.
for holy blood.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
and
true.
See if it can be used.
I have gave you the bodily affliction that you produce too much blood. So
Yeah, this is a great holy water source if it works.
Okay, so then during the is it evening, night, whatever?
yeah,
While the Bia is resting, I would investigate with all the divination spells I have, like detect magic and identify and whatnot, to figure out as much as I can about the enchantment on the object in Meredith's chest and see if I can replicate something that could, without removing it from her, could block the negative influence on her.
sure. You're gonna basically spend all of your shit and then just before long rest.
Pretty much. If needs be, also through a long rest, but that would be probably it. Like, I'm still in the headspace of we're staying for 4 days, so
True, Via has not
nobody has told us
informed
yet that it's
you.
probably maybe less. So I'm just in full research mode then. And if Lumen wants to help, Lumen can help,
Sure, Lumen will help.
since we're research buddies.
Yeah. Lumen's always down to learn new things.
And we will only open Meredith up when absolutely necessary.
To extract all that juicy holy blood.
I wonder if you could create a spell that numbs pain for this kind of situation.
Oh, and I also, but in the long run, not necessarily now, want to develop a spell, Detect Soul.
Ooh.
That's a. You know what? There's another spell that we need to make. Detect Friendship.
Oh, but that's really depressing if you cast it and don't.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
That's the
But-
improved version of this because that's Detect Soul Connection.
Which is
Yeah, if
funny because there is a spell that sounds like it should work for that. Friends. But it doesn't.
if
That
you
fakes
cast,
the soul connection.
that's
brief.
true. What we need, because then you could do something really interesting of like if you can detect friendship, you could theoretically find lonely people and just go around being their friend. I wonder if you could analyzed society and could sense friendship, if you could probably do away with a fair amount of crime if you just like no one's lonely or antisocial anymore.
Okay,
I wonder
so
what happened if
you
that happened.
you don't really know what's going on for the most part, Meredith. But you do think on that first night that both of them got very distracted.
Oh, damn it.
They did take a lot of your blood, though.
No, that
So
was a
don't worry
long-term
about
goal
that.
with the detect soul. That wasn't a we're going to do that now.
No. No, you're not doing it. You were just distracted talking about that while you were doing
coming
your
up
work.
with ideas.
I mean, in a way, what the items are doing is also a fake soul connection.
Yeah.
So it's
Actually,
all related.
It could also come in really handy because something is protecting us in a way that we can't see when we, like, teleport between planes. It could be defending our souls. Or the thing
So-
attacking us could be attacking our souls.
What we're actually researching is block soul connection, which could also be called block friendship.
I cast anti-friendship.
Anti-friendship shell.
Anti-friendship shell! No one can be friends with me while I am in my anti-friendship shell. Get out of your room, Jimmy. I don't wanna.
So the biggest thing that I can give you, because you've not made any like major things across that night, you were right about his blood. It definitely is holy.
Oh, we could like it can be used as holy water.
Yeah,
And other things.
that is correct.
Nah,
Yes.
Lumen wouldn't say that out loud. That's a insane thought.
What is?
If you like kidnapped Meritha and erased his knowledge of his own god, and then substituted it in place of another god, would he still have his cleric powers?
Yeah. I mean, circumstances are very different here, anyways, because his cleric powers come from multiple sources currently, sort of. But like,
Usually, no, I would suggest.
yeah, that would depend on like character, because potentially the gods could still try to help you, but this is a hypothetical. That means no, that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna stop caring.
It's a hypothetical of a thing that wasn't posed in character, because it's too evil for the character to pose.
But yeah, my main question here is, so have you told, do you inform Mereditha that Mereditha's blood is like holy powered?
Yeah, your blood can be used as holy water.
Yeah,
Okay.
they show you by like flicking some of your blood at the evil book, and it just like sizzles to the touch of it.
Okay, so what if we transfuse for me and my abundance of blood into Via to like give Via holy blood?
Does
Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't have more blood. You just bleed more.
I have
easily.
loads of extra blood. Andrew said I have
yeah.
loads of extra
also,
blood.
also, does
you-
anybody of us know about the interaction of blood with people that might not work as it?
No.
I don't have medicine proficiency.
Also considering that they're not even the same species.
Yeah, I don't have medicine proficiency. Blood's blood in it.
Wait, so what? Wait a minute. What about my blood?
What about it?
Gotta be honest.
I also am not proficient in medicine.
None of us have like compatible blood
I
type.
mean, you
Yeah,
could
but
could ask the
Zamla's
one
a
person.
changeling. Zamla's
you
a
could-
changeling.
You could ask the one person that you're talking about doing this to, because they are good at medicine.
I mean, I will be asking once that nobody shoots down the suggestion.
Yeah, I
It-
don't see a problem with that. Blood is blood, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
blood. Like we just have to balance the humors, right?
blood. No, I think
Grab
that
the
human
like-
blood
leeches.
is-
So it's just
No,
like blood, black bile, yellow bile. I can't remember what the other one is.
Does
Humans
anyone
have
have
the,
any mercury?
Again,
um,
all mercury, leeches, humans,
Wait.
all BS. You've just got to believe
Andrew.
in one thing to be
Yeah,
a good
so on.
medicine practitioner, and it's
If-
God.
Okay, if Zamla shapeshifted, would their blood count as the same type for like who he turned into?
It
That
depends
doesn't
how.
seem relevant.
Yeah, it depends how
Although-
you shapeshift, but
Before we do
It
this,
doesn't
I
seem
will
relevant
consult
because-
the village doctor who went to medical school, and I assume has proficiency in medicine.
Zamla,
but-
Like,
Zamla, that wouldn't work because the reason that they're looking at it is because Murdertha is a holy man, so
Yeah.
he's a cleric, so his blood's like holy, divine infused.
So you're
Um,
saying Zamla's isn't wholly divine and
I
good?
mean, you're not a cleric.
it's incredibly far realm infused.
I learned while I was
Insanely
Yeah,
infused.
actually, if you
Well,
look at it under a microscope,
question.
your blood cells have become little tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we look at it under the microscope, you go insane
So
immediately.
I will get up feeling rather blood lost, and somehow feel great now. I've all regained.
Yeah.
And then move
There's a full barrel the size of you full of blood.
and move towards the room where Via has been,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
and then
talk
stop
to-
6 feet from the door.
I'm
Okay.
gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to the doctor about how much blood is safe to remove from someone.
And shout Via at the door.
Okay. Via, since you had the whole night, what were you doing with your...
The same thing I've been doing on and off in downtime since the start, which is just working towards either skilled or skill expert, just to get some more skill proficiencies by using a combination of borrowed knowledge and her Lawhold primer to like read up on more advanced arcane theory that she currently doesn't know as much as she should about, to get a couple of more proficiencies so that I don't have to rely on borrowed knowledge as often as I do.
What does the feat do again?
Skilled gives me 3 proficiencies. Skill expert gives me a proficiency, 1 expertise in something I'm already proficient in, and a +1 to any ability score.
Okay, well, you can have proficiency in any one thing you don't already have.
Okay. Arcana.
Arcana.
Arcana. That's the main one.
And something happened while you were messing about during the night. Like, going through your magic and jumping up and down to get rid of some of the energy. You remembered that you hadn't summoned your familiar yet, so got on with that and gathered materials and stuff. And you summoned a...
So I was going to say, oh no, Roll20 just crashed on me.
Excellent.
I kind of
my familiar killed you.
I kind of already had I already pulled out a owl familiar stat block, but I just never summoned the familiar.
Something different
Wha- oh.
happened though.
Okay.
Yeah, you summoned a weird owl. Slightly bigger than you thought. And it, for some reason, didn't consume any of the things that you thought it would.
A nice owl.
They go,
Where is it? Ah, you went with that image.
I
Nice.
did. And if you actually look at their stats, they are not a regular owl.
Ooh, where's
They
the
have
thing?
very
Oh,
long
there it
legs.
is. Owl friend.
Alfred.
Wait, I'm just shouting at the door. Via.
Ooh!
Cool. I will look at that in more detail later, but that is pretty cool.
It will also have other things, but like this is a special familiar you can summon
Excellent.
that
Be-
doesn't
better than what I
cost
had in mind.
components.
You might want to take a couple of steps back from the door, because I'm coming to it.
I am 6 feet from the door.
Murdertha, the door opens, and this walks out.
And Via steps in behind it.
Yeah,
Here
can
to
we just?
apologize.
No, I'm here to see if we can fix this problem. So they've worked out that my blood is holy.
Ooh.
So I'm wondering if we could just, like transfuse my blood into you to make you holy as well, and then that'll solve part of our problem and not let you be corrupted.
Maybe they could drink your blood.
That doesn't seem like it's effective enough.
I am not a vampire.
No,
I think the transfusion would get it into the system faster.
I think this eat of your body, drink of your blood thing has some real legs to it. But
It does, but sadly, we're not that religion.
Okay, so first
The
of all,
medical pack could go for some wine.
Via has some things to roll. Cool.
Oh yeah.
18 plus 3, 21. What's your blood type?
It's a big circle.
what is blood type?
It's like a big
Bloods have
circle. I
type?
saw it before. Yeah, it's like a big circle.
I don't know. I don't know the greater detail of it, but I do know that only certain people can give blood to certain others, or the body rejects it.
Yeah, it was like a big circle mark. I don't really know what that
Ye-
means, but like,
O
about
is the one.
universal
that can
donor.
I thought it was A. B is universal
It
donor. Is that
depends
the
if
if
you're O
around?
positive or
AB
It's-
is universal acceptor.
no. It's O positive is O positive. It's O positive and O negative are like
O-
the
O-
opposite. Oh, hang on.
So yeah,
I think it's
AB can take anything because it's got the things are all present. O
And I think
can
O
be give to
negative-
anyone because O doesn't have the
Or
same.
negative specifically, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good because that means that you can give to anybody.
I've got a lot of
Yeah.
extra blood.
O negative can be transfused into anyone.
I'm
What
not
about
saying
O-
I'm not saying I'm keen on the idea of you injecting your blood into me though.
I mean, it seems like the best plan we can come up with.
Would you at least be happy to wait and see if I start showing any signs?
No,
O
Or
positive
if I
can
stay
also
if I stay
receive blood
myself,
from
you don't
anyone.
have to do it.
I mean, I think we should be like dosing you pre-showing signs.
Then again, you are both different species, which means you may like each of your species may have different blood types.
Like a
This is true.
preventative. Preventing diseases is more effective than treating illness after you've already caught it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wait until you get murdery and kill everybody.
Yeah, that seems like it's a real dangerous thing when you have the eyeball of a evil god.
Thief too.
Sure, whatever you say.
I don't know, it's what they call them.
I don't understand what they call them. They're very weird.
Oh yeah,
Well,
animals
well-
tons of
well,
different kinds of blood.
Well, my
We're
blood-
not
my
animals
blood-
though.
Yeah, but like different species from each other.
We're
will
both
have
peoples.
varying-
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
but you-
peoples.
You will have different blood. Like kobolds will have different blood
I-
types from goblins.
Points
and
at myself,
owls
says
and elves.
humanoid. Points at you, says humanoid. Points at them, says humanoid.
I'm gonna say this, and this is now canon in this universe, because dragons are dickheads. Kobold blood can be transfused into any species. This is something that the dragons specifically coded in them.
Yeah, so that the
Ah,
dragons could
fair.
use
More
as the blood
universal
transfusions if they
donors.
need it.
Yes.
They're super universal donors. and
Yeah,
my-
It turns
my-
out. It turns out having
Correct.
extra blood isn't just a me thing. It's all kobolds because the dragons were like, we might need them.
No,
Yeah, that my
you're the
assumption for
holy
that is
one.
the
That's why it's more prevalent in you.
My assumption for the dragons making kobolds universal donors is they just in case they ever need a blood transfusion, they can just drain like 50 kobolds. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
be
just like
okay.
hook them all up.
And like the breeding thing, dragons are compatible with everything, so they made kobolds compatible with everything too, just in a slightly
Huh.
different way.
Fair enough, I guess.
I'm like, now the deep lore has been cited. I'm like tapping a vein.
My body, my decision. I still say no unless I start, I don't know, hallucinating voices telling me to kill. In which case, hand me a syringe. I'm not. I'm. The thing is that ordinarily this thing is supposed to grasp influence on you straight away. I think he's doing it because he finds it more fun.
But that means we have more of a time window to potentially block.
Yes, and more of a time window to get more concrete knowledge on how all this works. It might not do anything.
Just checking. You didn't
I'm
bring.
just staring at you.
You didn't bring any of the blood with you, did you?
I mean, there's a barrel of blood in the other room. I haven't, like,
Yeah,
apart
you
from
did.
the blood that's still on me, like, no.
Yeah, you didn't bring the barrel with you. I meant.
No, I can't carry the barrel. I have -3 strength.
Poor baby.
So, transfusion?
No.
I think they're saying no. Okay.
Transfusion
so you say-
If I try to kill someone out of anger, then feel free to be suspicious and, get on with it.
Don't give in to the dark side.
Can we ask the local medicine person if they can give us the materials for
Tell me
transfusion?
everything you know about blood.
Yeah, because Via was just gonna go. Where's Lumen gone?
Not sure.
Have I gone somewhere?
I mean, I thought you went.
You went
off
to get a doctor, right?
You
Oh,
went
yeah,
off
sure.
to speak to the local medicine man.
Yeah. How much blood is safe to remove from a kobold? Is it one barrel the size of a kobold?
That sounds
about 10
very.
mil.
That sounds very dangerous. You should not do that.
Well, already done.
They're probably dead then.
No, they're fine. God likes them.
That's nice.
Also, what do you know about blood and who can have it donated to and from and
You're not a vampire, right? You gotta tell me if you're a vampire.
You've got to tell me.
Yeah, it's the cop joke.
no, I'm not a vampire, but vampires don't have to tell you if they're vampires, right?
Yeah, but if you say that, you could trick some of them.
No, that's a fair point, I guess. I'm not sure how many vampires would fall for that, but fair. Yeah. Like, how would transfusing holy blood into someone with an evil artifact go?
I mean, that sounds explosive.
From a kobold to a owlin?
He like puts his arm around your shoulder and like pulls you in like, I'm gonna be honest. This is way above my pay grade.
They didn't teach you about like magic blood at medical school? What did
No.
they teach you?
I-
What do they teach you in medical school?
I didn't go to medical school. Well,
You
I went
said last time you
I
went
went-
to
yeah,
medical
but
school.
that type of stuff's at like medical college.
Wait a minute. No, that's medical school's the final stop.
No, it's not.
You don't medical college. You go to college then med school. What kind of doctor are you?
A vet. Well,
You
that's
know what,
good
that
because they're both animals.
Alright, so you should definitely know the answer to like weird dragon blood and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, if you can get me some dragon blood.
I have a question. How many blood types are there per, like, I don't know. I'll start with elf, yeah, because I don't know how many blood types elves have.
17.
Oh.
Write that down because that information's vanishing quick.
What blood type am I?
J minus.
J minus.
Elves
Yeah, I'm writing that down.
blood type. Human is J minus.
I'm J minus.
Okay.
That's actually quite a
Uh,
common one.
Is it? What's J minus good for? Is it just like one of them? I don't know.
It's relatively compatible within your species.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay. Please forgive me if this sounds a little bit racist. Because it is and isn't.
It's a
But
good way to start a sentence.
elf blood is a little bit racist. It's very compatible with each other. It's really uncompatible with others. Yours is
My blood racist.
kinda. Yours is like
You just
your
Lumen
blood
is
seems to be.
distraught by the fact that his blood is racist.
No, but your blood type is one of the less racist ones.
What?
Because yours
Still
is.
some racist?
Well, yes, you're still elf.
What? What? This is so distressing. I didn't realize you could have racist blood.
Go on, you're an elf.
What is that supposed to
Don't-
mean?
Sorry,
Don't
sorry,
be
that
ignorant of
just
your
came
own
out. I
lineage.
did not mean that. Sorry.
What's your blood type? Extremely racist.
What? Could
That's
anyone
what blood
remember?
type
I think
is.
that they were a dwarf, so they probably would be insanely racist blood against your blood.
Does elf blood and dwarf blood not mix well?
No.
It's volatile.
But the law says we get on like a house on fire.
Yeah, literally.
Oh. Elves and dwarves are best of friends, right? We enchant the cool stuff you make, is the sort of general narrative between our two races over an extremely long period of time. We're best of friends.
And the best part is, because it's me telling you this, you have no clue if this is real law or this guy is bullshitting you.
No, this is clearly bullshit. But there's no way they've made fucking blood charts for the races. Not a fucking chance.
But you are definitely J minus.
But I'm definitely J minus.
Yeah.
Anyway, can you tell me what my other friends' blood types are? That's probably important for the future.
I'd rather
So why
not.
did you have to take a prime number?
Yep, it's a prime number of blood types.
It's like checks you and like, wait a minute, these two people have the exact same blood type, but they're different species. That's weird. You know what? Actually, just to save me the effort, he examines Zamla's blood first and then just like blacks out.
Alright. Well, I've
You never-
spoken to... I guess I returned to people with the riveting news that the doctor had nothing of real interest to add to the conversation, but he did tell me that my blood is racist.
But less
But not as
racist than
racist
what?
as it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Sounds
could
like
be
a
more
quack.
racist, but it's
Oh my
not
God.
that racist.
This is very weird.
Would the 21 of medicine at least tell Via what you said before about kobolds being like universal donators?
I would say that with your check, you think you might have heard that when you were at school, but not while in class.
Right.
It's the kind of thing that it's not
It
actually
could've-
it's not supposed to be talked about if it's real, because the dragons have tried to keep it secret.
Yeah, it's like Chinese whispers.
So it might
So-
that might be true.
So, as a show of good faith, Via would be like, well, I heard back in Strixhaven that draconic races, like kobolds, are universal donators, but that could just all be, hushed whispers and, we wouldn't have the phrase Chinese whispers, but,
Kalashan
once-
whispers.
Yes, that. Once enough information, once a certain piece of information gets passed around so much, it begins getting warped. And also, a couple of my teachers were dragons, so they
That-
probably wouldn't have wanted that getting around.
Yeah, that's probably the main reason it was talked about in whispers,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
forbidden knowledge.
we should get blood holied up right now.
Via rolls her eyes, just like, we don't know if that's going to do anything yet.
Just like sitting there, not understanding what you mean. Of course we know. I have faith.
Quite literally.
You gotta have faith.
And I prefer to gather knowledge.
That seems boring.
You gotta have faith
Shrug.
in knowledge.
That's right, you've got to have
Yeah, but
faith
you're gonna
in
need-
knowledge.
The problem with knowledge is that you need it in order to have faith in it.
I mean, what you actually need for knowledge is knowledge. That's the thing. You've got to be mindful of knowledge. Otherwise, you'll go too far. You'll start inventing like floating cities, and the next thing you know, you're the god of
Oh,
magic. and
not the
you've destroyed
Netherese
world.
thing again.
Look, that's just what happens when you get too drunk with power. Okay, you gotta be
We're just
mindful.
too drunk in general.
That's true. It would be very funny if all of Carsus's avatar was he just got blackout drunk, woke up the next day, and he was like, "What happened?"
You don't remember?
No, I was blackout drunk for months while I was gathering spell components and stuff. What happened?
Well, don't be thinking you're using any of them anytime soon.
Says
I am-
Mr.
I have asked like Mistral. Hey,
No,
what happened
says
to the last-
Mistra. That's who it was once he woke up.
No,
He's
no,
like, who are
it's
you,
Mistral,
god
right?
of magic? Get
No, that
wrecked.
doesn't make sense. That's you're not the god of magic. I know them. They don't look like you.
Immediately gets bodied.
So you're on the not wanting a.
Unless we can prove definitively that it will
Okay, I'll leave
sever
then.
any influence, but I'm not feeling any influence yet, so we don't know if it works or not.
I wonder if
That's
you
fine.
can
I just
measure
leave.
good and evil.
We should also invent a spell for that. Detect good and evil.
No, we don't need detect good and evil. We need measure good and evil.
Measure good and
To be
evil.
fair, yeah, that is better. That
It's like
binary.
it'll work like a Geiger counter. You just pass your spell
Yeah.
focus over and everything. And it's like on Via, it's like, and then
Can
goes
we
up to her
find
face,
tune?
goes up to her
detect-
face, and it goes.
Can we fine tune detect magic to measure magic? Because
That's a
Like,
good. I mean, yeah,
higher level
vaguely,
spell slots.
yeah, vaguely stronger magic glows brighter with detect magic, sort of. I wonder if you can. We should make variants of spells that make magic more of a science.
If anything, we should just be able to upcast low level spells to give us more information.
Yeah. Identify at first level should be how it works at 9th level.
Also, the last thing before we finish, Via,
Uh-huh.
over the night, you were trying to figure out the rod piece that you were given.
Yeah, I
You-
was going to use identifier on it, or just look at it and make some more carnivals or something. At some point, I was just waiting for an opportunity. but
Yeah, you essentially, if you imagine it as like, you've run a virus scan on a computer. The computer has just flashed up 1,000 question marks at you. You think that your forms of identification are not strong enough to pierce this item,
Mm-hmm.
so you may need the help of others.
Mm-hmm. But she knows it's special, whatever it is.
You know
We
that
need to form a coven.
it-
We're hags.
I mean,
that
I am
isn't-
one,
We're
so
all covered with hags and hookers.
Oh my god! I just realised that means you've got another fucking artifact. You've got so many
No.
artifacts in this party already.
Well,
I have.
yeah, I don't have. I don't have an
Love-
artifact.
okay,
Uh-huh.
I don't
too.
love actually, but I think it's funny that we have so many artifacts, but the vast majority of them were just like, I'm not using this.
Mm-hmm.
I dare
Yeah,
not.
to be fair, Murdertha has 2 artifacts and is like one is countering the other, so basically is artifact neutral.
I don't know. The wisdom score says otherwise.
Actually, to be fair, yeah, Murdertha is probably Murdertha has like 0.75 of an artifact, I'd say, on balance.
And has very holy blood.
Yeah.
They are an
Yours
artifact
not,
themselves.
So just legendary.
I mean, yeah, but legendary's close enough. Also, Murdertha literally has an artifact in their chest.
True. Murdertha has 3 artifacts, technically.
Yep.
So
Feeling
just
like a
so they're
decrepit skeleton with a
artifact
horrible thing in my
positive, not
chest.
Artifact neutral.
Yeah.
Gives
I don't even
gives
have
you
one.
Via still, even though that you're calling her evil, she still puts like a bowl of good berries on the floor and like leaves it. Just like that's
Murdertha gets
you.
his stuff and leaves the building.
Fair enough.
Okay, whoever wants good berries can have them then.
Lumen will eat a good berry, because apparently they give you enough, like, nutrients for a day.
They feed you for a whole day.
I
But-
don't eat.
Via's gives one to the new burb friend. I got it familiar now.
Oh, that's a good point. I wonder if we can, like, engineer taste buds for you.
I
Uh,
engineered olfactory sensors already. I'm not a fan, so
I like
Fair
the
enough.
idea that Newt
Yeah.
picked up a berry and chomped on it like the Cookie Monster. Like, it looks like you're eating, but it's just getting smashed in your mouth.
Oh, I feel better by the way.
Oh, that's nice. I'm glad.
Abigail helped.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, she has a scaled vessel. A dragon
Ooh.
iron.
Very cool.
And it's filled me with enough pep to master this, like gesturing to Owl. Still don't know what Father's staff does though.
But I think, cool. As the last thing, we should plan the next thing we are gonna go do. And I assume that's, like, finish going to the last 2 obsidian towers that we need to go to.
Yeah,
us too.
like Via nods at that. She was like, "I was hoping if we could retain the that I could ask her about it, but
Well, they might not be
Father
the
said
literal
no.
last 2, but we learned of 3, and we've been to the first goblin camp, which told us where 2 others are, right?
No, there were 3 additional ones. Pretty sure.
I was gonna say we haven't been to any of them yet."
Oh, fair enough. Oh, yeah, we decided to do...
Via starts looking thoughtful, but looks at the map and like, correct me if I'm wrong, looking at this map, but isn't one of them behind the star metal fields?
Probably, yeah.
Newt
Mm.
does
Ooh.
not know local geography. But I think there was a clear order in which they were easier to reach, right?
Yeah,
So, easiest to reach first?
yeah, I guess. Closest one, off we go.
I think I have the map somewhere. Where is it?
As you're getting ready to go, you actually
There it is.
get, and I nearly said assaulted. You get assaulted by Abigail.
Oh, hello, Abigail.
She asks if you're heading east at all, which is where you are heading.
Yes, we are.
She asks if you would mind dropping her somewhere along the way.
Sure thing. You've done us tons of favors. We can at least do this for you.
So cool.
Where do you want to go?
She would, because of that, like lend you her traveling cart so that you can travel faster, like
Oh, nice.
to getting there.
Why do you want to make your way that way?
Oh, just just some research off a thing that Via was talking about yesterday.
Oh, very nice. Fair enough. I
Uh,
wish you luck.
Is Via in the room, by the way? Abigail take Lumen to.
oh no, she would be just like asking that to the group as they're like getting ready to leave.
I would recommend that you try and keep that item safe. Don't go just because now you know what it is. Don't go flaunting it off and showing it off. Could attract the wrong attention.
Well, I'm
It's
not.
a very special thing. It'd be a shame if it fell into the wrong hands.
I
Keep it safe.
I haven't showed anyone, but
Good.
I might have found where they were buried.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go pay respect, see if there's any information there.
good. I just wanted to be sure.
And that is where we will end it. As you're realizing that Murdertha is already like half a mile down the road ahead of you all.
He's emaciated. We'll catch up. And
He's
we'll
lost a lot of blood.
we're probably taking the Phantom Steed Floating Disc Express.
Just attaching that to the cart.
Yes.
Zamla has Floating Disc and Phantom Steed, and everyone who can cast Floating Disc does the same, and everyone sits on each other's discs in a line.
Yeah,
we have a
we
card
fought-
now, so
Yeah, you've got a cart, so just attach that to the steed.
Or that.
Yeah, but then we can also floating disc to form the train again, just because I like the train.
Yeah.
I also like the train. They're like, the townspeople are like, you have a cart, and we're all just like, we like the train.
okay, guys. I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye.
Toodaloo! Next time on Oh My God, You Didn't TPK.
I know,
Yet.
we passed the speech check.
Hmm.
I
I was
Lawrence.
genuinely like fucking quivering in that bit.
have you beat